In this video, I'm going to walk you through joining a Mozilla Hubs environment. At this point, you should have received a Mozilla Hubs invite link, and once you click on that link, you will be loaded into this page. Now, it might take a few minutes as it does have to load some of the 3D assets, so if it takes a couple minutes, just be patient and it should eventually load. At this point, what you'll need to do is go ahead and click Join Room. Since most of you will not be using any kind of VR headset like a Google Cardboard, you can go ahead and ignore this Enter on Device button, and you can just click the blue Join Room button. When this page pops up, you'll be prompted with choosing a mic that you want to use. So you can go ahead and select your mic, and it should go ahead and select a default option for you based off of the one that you use most often. I'm going to go ahead and select to mute myself since I'm using my microphone to record. Now, upon doing that, you should promptly load into the BrainWaves Hubs environment. And in front of you, you'll notice that there is this rotating animated screen that presents a picture of a mouse and will also present a picture of a keyboard with some basic controls. So I'm going to walk up to it by hitting the W button. Now the controls for Mozilla Hubs is similar to that of a standard game that you might play on a PC, where the A, S, D, and W buttons are used to move. Now, this might not seem very intuitive to you if you are not a PC gamer or if you have not used a virtual world like Second Life before. So we have also mapped those same controls to the forward, backwards, left, and right arrows that are on your keyboard. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the backwards arrow or the down arrow, and it will move me backwards. If I hit the forward or up pointing arrow, it moves me forward, and then the left one will move me to the left and move me to the right with the right one. So this works for controlling the vast majority of the movements that you will have to complete while within the Mozilla Hubs environment. But you might notice that the movement seems a little rigid, where you're just kind of strafing instead of being able to look around. So there's a couple of different ways that you can move the vantage point and act like you're turning your head within the environment. The first way that you can do this is through the Q and E button. If you hit the Q button, it will rotate you to the left, and if you hit the E button, it will rotate you to the right. So I'm going to hit the Q button and just do a full circle around. Now, if you want more control over that transition, you can actually use your mouse. And if you're on a laptop, I would highly recommend using a USB mouse, as it gives you a little bit more control than a trackpad will. So if you notice, there's this cursor that I can move around with my mouse. And if I were to hold the left button on the mouse and hold it and move the mouse, I can actually look around and have a lot more control than if I were just using the Q and the E button. So if I combine this by using the forward, backwards, left, and right arrows, I can move and look around in a way that is a lot more natural than it would be if I were just using one or the other. And it might take you a couple minutes to get used to this, but if you keep an active mouse, you should be able to fluidly look around and get up close to the things that are presented on the walls. You can back up and make sure you're at a good point where you can see and read the content that is presented throughout the environment. So that ends this quick tutorial on controlling your avatar while within the virtual environment here at Mozilla Hubs. Thank you.